You're stuck at the root phase. You're doing everything and nothing's happening. You don't see any results. And basically, I want to use the analogy of the Japanese bamboo and how that relates to your journey as a trader. So by the end of this video, you're going to have a mindset shift and a mental reframe of how to view your journey as a trader and compare it to a Japanese bamboo tree, okay, and why it's very important. And if you can understand this lesson, then you're going to have a higher chance of succeeding as a trader. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe and drop a comment below because this is going to help boost the algorithm and get this important message out to more traders like you. So let's begin. You're doing all this work and you're losing, you're blowing accounts, and it feels like there's no growth. There's nothing tangible, right? You feel like you're broken. You are not seeing the results that you want to see. And this is very misleading. It's the same as a bamboo tree. A bamboo tree, the seed gets planted and nothing happens for 5 years. Do you understand? And from the outside, it seems like that tree is not going to ever grow. It's always going to be stuck in the mud. It's always going to be stuck in the ground. And that's the phase where the traders are at, is this root phase. You're planting your roots, and your roots is like your trading foundations. You're learning from your mistakes and you're growing, but there's no results yet. But that's how you're getting better, from making the mistakes and reviewing and just growing and growing and growing. But you're not a tree yet, a successful, consistent trader yet. And this is the part that is really dangerous, because this is where most people quit, because they have this identity crisis. They don't realize that they're on a journey that takes time to sprout in the foundation underground. The growth is underground, and it's like your roots are growing. And that's the foundational work, the 10,000 hours that you need to put in. You understand? That's the part that takes a lot of time. That's the hard work, where you have to go learn strategies, watch hundreds of hours of videos and content to understand the whole market. It's a big mystery. The market is huge. There are millions of strategies. You have to go through a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of courses. You're going to have to go through many mentors. Some are good, some are bad. And you can't like get mad if you come across a bad mentor or you get scammed into a shitty course or something. You just have to take it as part of your journey. You have to realize that every little piece of information is adding to your foundation and adding to your growth, right? And that is the underground work. There's no result yet. And it's hard because nobody can understand what you're doing. All they see is failure, but only you know that you're growing. And so then you get to the phase just before you have your breakout, where you've learned considerable amount of technicals and how to read the charts and how to understand the setups, and you know how to take trades. But now you have the psychology part, the emotion, which is the last part that you have to master before you have your breakout. And that is the part where you do the shadow work. You have to do this internal work on yourself. And it's really managing your emotions, learning about your psychology. And this part is the part that you don't see. It's not a tangible part because it's emotional, it's psychological. But this is the part that is the most important part of the entire equation. So the underground strategy work, the technical stuff that you've spent so much time working on and building that foundation, then you find out that that is actually only 10%. And then the final stage of the equation, the 90%, is your psychology, your emotional state. Because if you have the wrong psychology, you'll give up. You don't have the resilience to continue. You don't know how to continue to understand that a loss is a lesson because you have this wrong mentality. You have the wrong mindset. That's why I say mindset is so important, because it's so easy to just become a victim of your own negative thoughts. And then worse, you have an ego and you've told everybody and they're like, see, you're not successful, may as well give up. And then you have a weak mindset and you believe that. So you have to be this silent warrior or this seed growing underground quietly like a bamboo tree. And then that gives you the final stage, which is when you have the breakthrough, when you have all your aha moments and everything clicks, your technical, your strategy, and your psychology, and your risk management, and your process management, and your discipline, and everything is now working. It all clicks. That is when you have the breakthrough. And just like that, the bamboo tree grows 100 feet in 5 weeks out of 5 years of being underground and no growth. And then in 5 weeks, it grows 100 feet. It's so tall. You can't deny its growth. You can't even stop it because it's growing so fast. And that's like in trading, that's 1 month of payouts. You can make a payout in 1 month, and that will cover all of the 5 years of failure that, or the 5 years of growth of no results. 1 or 2 months can fix all of that, but that's the final stage. And this is where it gets people, because they just give up. They're like, I'm doing all this work, and only through time will they be able to appreciate that there are final touches to the equation, that they have to do the internal work to master their emotions, to master themselves, their mindset, to get that final breakthrough, because the strategy is working, but they can't make it work. Do you understand? So if you want to improve on your psychology stuff and your emotions and have the breakthrough, then check out the first link in the description. That's what we do, the Inner Edge Pro. But basically, you have to understand this one story. Like, this is what kept me going for so long, because for so long I had no results. But I learned this bamboo concept at the beginning of my journey. Do you understand? I learned this from Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. He talked about it. He said basically, you'll be working away at your business or your whatever goal that's a worthwhile goal. You'll work day and night and not see any results for a long time, right? But if you continue to work, suddenly it all happens overnight. That's why they have an overnight success usually takes 10 years, right? All they see is the success. They don't see the 10 years. They don't see the hard work that has to go in. It's like the bamboo tree. All you see is the tree. You don't see the 5 years of the root being underground. So this is an important lesson that I want you to always remember this, because this will keep you going. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe, drop a comment below and let me know where you are at with your journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.